and welcome back to my channel. My name's Helen and today I'm going to be doing my Scrabble and TBR game. This month it's Scrabble and Steph, because Steph from Steph Loves has kindly agreed to pick my books this month for me, so I'm really excited about that. I have already filmed this video once, and then the lighting wasn't very good because I did it at night, and I realised it wasn't very Christmassy considering it's my December TBR. So I'm refilming it. I'm not repicking the letters. I've still got the same letters as before. You just won't see me pick the books off the shelf this time. I don't like repicking the letters because I consider that cheating for my game. So we've Christmased up. Sophie's little headband there. I've got my first Christmas as Mrs. Slater Christmas jumper. It's not my first Christmas as Mrs. Slater. It is my third Christmas as Mrs. Slater, but this is the only Christmassy jumper that I have. A couple of Sophie's little Christmas books there. The Christmas Elf, which shouldn't be out yet, but she's at school, so that'll go straight to the back of my wardrobe again. Her little Santa that she made me at nursery one year. Our little penguin. And that's as Christmassy as I can get today on short notice because we haven't got our decorations up yet. So I'll show you the letters that I did pick out in that other video. So we got N, M, E, F, H. I got a blank, which means I can choose any that I want. R and O. So I have picked some. I've had to rearrange because one of the ones that I did pick, Kaz picked for my January TBR, so I've had a little rearrange and picked something else. I've tried to fit as many Christmassy books as I can because, again, that other video that I recorded, hardly any of them were Christmassy. I don't think any of them were Christmassy. I don't think I realised I was recording for December. That'll teach me to record early. So bear with me because I've got them in piles and my piles upside down. So for the first one, for F, I've decided to go for Fairy Tale of New York by Miranda Dickinson. This is a Book Fairies one. Andy and Sophie, at some point last year, just before Christmas, I think it was, we stayed overnight at my sister's before COVID, and they went to the park and found a Book Fairies box. So it's basically once I've read it, I put it back out there for somebody else to find, but I've never got round to it. So it just says, Happily Ever Afters made in Manhattan. So I'm going for that. It looks Christmassy, and yeah, excited for that one. The next one I'm going for is The Miracle on Ebenezer Street by Catherine Doyle. I bought this in specially because Lauren from Lauren and the Books is doing her Christmassy patron book club, and they give us the option of which one we wanted, and I went for this one, and it won about 60-something% of the vote, so I'm excited about that. It says 3 long years has passed since George's father first cancelled Christmas, and now old Marley's magic was beginning to stir. So the cover is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really excited to go for that. The next one that I've picked, it's not very Christmassy, but I loved the first one and want to try this one now, is The Haunting of Pelican City, the next Popkin and Stubbs book. So I started on this with Middle Grade Monthly, loved it and thought I need to carry on. So yeah, it's just Lil and Nedley and another adventure. I don't want to say too much because I don't know if it spoils what's going on later on in the series, because I know there's a third book and possibly a fourth in the making. The next one that I've gone for was for E, and that is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. I've had this on my pile for ages. I think I won this in a group of books off a competition on Twitter. I think my sister's got it as well. This is by Gail Honeyman, by the way, so I'm tempted to ask my sister if she wants to buddy read this with me. This will be if I decide to do that, this will be my second buddy read of this month. So I might ask her if she fancies tabbing it, and we'll read a bit each day together. So yeah, excited to try that one. The next letter is N, and I'm going for the final book in the Night In With series by Lucy Holiday. Done Marilyn Monroe, done Audrey Hepburn, although I read them in the wrong order. The final one is A Night In With Grace Kelly. Loved the last two, and so it's obvious Grace Kelly comes and sits on the couch that she got from the MGM Studios lot, and it's magic, and that's why these superstars come back. So yeah, glad to finish a series finally. The next one is I Can Pick Any That I Want. Now, I've mentioned to you in a vlog recently that I used some money off my in-laws to purchase one of the book tasters books for book boxes for Christmas, and in that box is the book The Six Tales of Christmas. I can't remember who it's by. I'll put it here. So because I've got my own choice, I need to read that because I want to be involved in the discussions and the Q&A with the author. So like I said, as soon as that box comes, I'll unbox it here, and yeah, you'll see it all then. So yeah, need to do that one. The next one was R, and I not long ago did a video about how many books I've got on my Kindle. So I've gone through my Kindle, and there's one called Roommate. It was one I got through from Amazon. When you've got Prime, you get to pick a book a month for free off Kindle. So I picked that one. I don't know much about it. I'll put who the author is when I have looked on there and seen who that is. So I'm giving that one a go. And the final one, I had another book planned for this, but like I said, Kaz has picked it. So I have changed. This one's got snow on the cover. One Enchanted Evening by Anton Dubek. I got this in a Box of Stories box. I think it put me off a little bit that it was so chunky, but I want to give it a go. I'm in the Strictly Feels at the minute because I'm watching that and I love it, and I love Anton, and I think he did a great job judging, and I wish he did it not that I want to get rid of Motzi, but I'd like maybe he could take over from Bruno while he's not able to be here. So yeah, I like Anton a lot, so I'm going to give this one a go, and I know he's done a few others, so if I like it I might pick those up too. So they are my letters. So there's these and Roommate on my TBR for the Scrabble letters. Then I won't do Steph's yet because I'm going to pop a video in of her talking about her options. But I have my options for the Twitter poll for you guys to pick. I've tried to pick mostly Christmassy books. So you can choose between Tinsel by Sibyl Pounder. It says, the girls who invented Christmas, what if somewhere along the way we've all got the Santa story a bit wrong? All for talking about the girls leading the way. So I really want to give that one a go. The next one is The Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson. I haven't read any of her books yet. I believe it's like a Russian folklore story. They call me Yanka the bear, not because of where I was found. Only a few people know about that. Found abandoned in a bear cave as a baby, Yanka has always wondered where she is from. She tries to ignore the strangers' whispers and look from the villagers, wishing she was as strong inside as she is on the outside. When Yanka has to flee her house looking for answers about who she really is, a journey far beyond anything she's ever imagined begins, from icy rivers to smouldering mountains, meeting an ever-growing herd of extraordinary friends along the way. So yeah, want to give that a go. Then there's The 12 Dates of Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. A girl called Kate Turner, happily single, but I'm assuming she goes on 12 dates over Christmas, and it's this book, Will She Find the One? So I recently got this one, so excited to try that. And then finally, The Christmasaurus by Tom Fletcher. I was gifted this by Becca Fowle. I'll link her channel below. Very kindly she sent this to me because she'd read it and enjoyed it, and it was on my wish list. And so that is one of the options as well. However, if I get any space at the end of this is one of the first ones I'll be picking up because I'm excited to read it. So even if you guys don't pick it, there's a chance I might read it towards the end anyway, even if as long as I've got space. So yeah, excited about that one. So you get to pick between those four. I will put the poll up as soon as this video's gone live for maybe a week, and you can pick which one you want me to read from those. And now I'm going to hand over to Steph so she can tell you the books that she's picked for me.
Hi everyone, I'm Steph from Steph Loves, and thank you to Helen for asking me to pick some of her books for the month of December. So the books that I have picked are actually very strange range of books. There are reasons for each of them. So the first one that I've picked is Amelia Fang and the Barbaric Ball. I don't have a copy of Amelia Fang and the Barbaric Ball, so hopefully Helen will do some whiz editing and just stick a picture of it here. The reason for picking this one is that I think that Amelia Fang is so much fun. It's a really chilled, relaxed book, but takes you on an adventure, and it's a lot of fun. I have a great time with Amelia Fang every time I read them. Laura Ellen Anderson is a great author and illustrator. I actually read Amelia Fang and the Unicorn Lords this month, in the month of November, for Believathon. So I just think Amelia Fang and the Barbaric Ball is going to be a great time for Helen, and I think she's going to have a really good laugh with it. So I decided to pick that one. The next one I picked was One Day in December by Josie Silva, and I picked this one for Helen because it's actually my book club's pick of the month for December. So my book club is Contemporary Book Club, and we read contemporaries only, and we've got One Day in December for that one. So I thought this would be a perfect pick for her. It was on her TBR card anyway, and she is a part of my book club, so of course I was going to pick it. Yeah, I hope that we have a great time with this one. I've had this on my shelves for the longest time, so I'm really hoping that we have a good time with this one, and that Helen enjoys it, and that I enjoy it, and that the book club enjoys it. So yeah, fingers crossed. The next book that I picked for Helen was Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is a different edition to the usual edition. They have had a cover change very recently, and they look stunning. I just think they're beautiful with a setback as well. This is like a sci-fi Cinderella retelling, and the subsequent books are all different retellings of other fairy tales, but they're all sci-fi, they're all set in space, and it's so good. I read this series, I think it was the end of last year, and it came into this year. I think I read the whole series in the space of about 2 months. I buddy read it with a friend, and it was fantastic. It was so good. I'm already ready to reread it. It's just so good. So I really, really hope that Helen really enjoys this one. Fingers crossed that she does. But yeah, it's a great series, and I do highly recommend it to anybody that's interested in retellings and also interested in sci-fi. And then the final book I picked was Blood Orange by Harriet Tice. I love this. This is a psychological thriller with a twist that I just never saw coming, and I'm just not sure how many other people really did honestly see the last thing in this coming, because I absolutely didn't at all. I mean, I don't read a lot of thrillers, so that might be why, but I've actually heard mixed things about this one, but I loved this. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I got an arc of this because I met Harriet earlier on last year when the book was released, and I thought it was amazing. I just thought it was fantastic. I do think that if you enjoy The Silent Patient, you will like this one. So yeah, I think that Harriet... Sorry, Helen. Yeah, so I think that Helen's going to really enjoy this one. I really hope she does anyway, and yeah, it's fantastic. I just think it's incredible. The shock factor is definitely there, so highly recommend this one. And that's everything that I've recommended for Helen, so I hope you enjoy Helen, and maybe you guys got some recommendations as well, and I shall see you again. Bye for now.
So I'm really chuffed with the books that Steph's picked. Like she said, the first one's One Day in December. She does a monthly book club, the Contemporary Book Club, that I try and take part in when I can. It's very relaxed. You can, take your time and go back and fill in on the Discord when you've read it. It's Christmassy. It's what I wanted. So looking forward to reading that one. Blood Orange, excuse the sticker, I never take them off. By Harriet Tice. This is one that my mother-in-law got me at the beginning of lockdown the first time. She wanted to treat us all to some little gifts, and she knew that I love books, so she picked me up 4 books. This was one of them. Because it looked a bit thrillerish, I decided not to go for it, but somebody recently told me it was a similar storyline to a BBC programme that I watched about lawyers, the family of lawyers. A drama, and I thought, no, I could give that a go, so I'm intrigued to see if that is in fact the same, so I'm going to give that a go. Amelia Fang and the Barbaric Ball. I picked this out for Believathon, but then I'd already give Steph the option of which book she wanted to pick, and then she picked this, so I thought, well, that's no harm because I had that many middle grades to read for Believathon, so I thought that's perfect, I'll get to read it anyway. And I've never read any of these books by Laura Ella Anderson. So yeah, excited to give this a go. I know that Steph loves them, and she's further into it than me. So yeah, excited to give that a go. And finally, Cinder. I made up that Steph picked this. This is by Marissa Mayer. I was meant to do this as a buddy read last month with Connor and Chloe. But because of Believathon, I knew I wasn't going to get round to it, and I really didn't want to go into my first buddy read failing and letting people down. So I thought the easiest thing is to say, look, I'm really not going to get round to that, and say by all means you carry on. But as it turned out, they were glad to push it back as well. So it means finally I can do it, give it justice, do it properly. It's one of the options. Steph's picked it. I'm going to prioritise it, and Chloe's come back today and said maybe we can do I think it's 50 pages over 8 days, which is very doable. I'm going to message her back and say yeah, that's good for me. So I'm dead excited to do that because I haven't done a buddy read yet. So yeah, so I'm really chuffed. So they're the 4 that Steph's picked for me. And I don't know if I can pick all these up together now. We will try. So there is my Christmas TBR. And then there's the 4 that you get to choose from, and that will be included, and there's room made on my Kindle. So very excited because there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4 Christmassy books in there, plus the one that you guys picked, which is 5. And like if I've got space left over at the end, I'm gonna include more Christmassy ones. I've also got a few up there like Snowdrops and Rosemary Lane, The Willows in Winter, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, Yeti, that's got snow on, and Christmas Magic by Kathy Kelly. So there are a few there to go. I'm obviously going to be reading Christmas books with Sophie. We love 10 Little Christmas Elves. There's a Nuddy Ned one where it's a Christmassy one. She loves that. There's loads of Peppa Pig ones. Yeah, so we're going to be Christmased out, so it'd probably be nice to have some that aren't Christmassy as well. So let me know if you've read any of them. Let me know if you want to pick my options for me one month. Like I say, I've got January figured out. Kaz is doing that. I'm doing February for my birthday month. That's going to be Scrabble and self-care because I just think I need a month where I just pick what I want. So yeah, I've got a few people in the mix, but if you want to give it a go, let me know. If you can do a Scrabble and S, even better, but if not, we'll work it out because I'm going to run out of S's eventually, and then it's just going to be Scrabble and. So thank you for listening, and enjoy your Christmas reading. Bye.